A very warm welcome to everyone. We are back with yet another daily debate session of the Teen Debater. I am Vihan Maheshwari, a member of the management committee of the Teen Debater. For today, we have a very trendy topic, a very trendy agenda. Should dummy schools be banned in India? So, for the same, we have three guidelines. Basic guidelines, we will have opening statements from the speakers for each 75 seconds. We will have a rebuttal round. So the speakers can ask them each of the questions about the speeches. We will have a closing statement for each of them for about 45 seconds. Uh, the speakers that are in the favor of the agenda are Bhuvika and Kana. And for the against, we have Manha, Jayant, and Paki. So we'll be starting with the debate in just a second. I would need the favor to start with their opening statements. Any one of you can go first, Bhuvika and Kana. All right, guys, you can start. Bhuvika or Kana, you may start with their opening statements. Please do it fast. Just let me know at least if you're not ready, we can go with the against first. So we are first going to start with the against. So Mana, you can start with your speech. I will
Okay.
set up the timer for 75 seconds as well. Do you need a self count or should I start?
Okay, I'll give myself a self count.
Order.
Okay. So starting in three, two, one. Okay. So in my point of view, dummy schools should not be banned. And for the following, I'll justify some of the points. So firstly, dummy schools should not be banned because by opting for dummy, we can focus on the learning environment for JEE, NEET, and other competitive exams. Because if we opt for dummy, we get enough time for the preparation of JEE and NEET. Secondly, we avoid unnecessarily burden. Um, on the other hand, where we go to school, we are worried about attendance, like 75% attendance rule, or we are given many assignments. So by opting for dummy schools, we can just focus on the competitive exams or our goals and avoid unnecessary burden, for example, of assignment and attendance. Thirdly, dummy school reduces stress as by going school we burden up so many things. Just continuing this point, we burden up so many things that it can result in stress also. So by opting for dummy schools reduces stress, which gives us time for specialized timetable, and it also provides us our own pace of running. Fourth point, extra time for
Conclude.
extracurricular. Okay, just a last point. It also fosters extracurriculum, and lastly, it increases online technology as e-learning can help India develop a lot. So by opting for dummy school, we can also opt for e-learning, which gives equal opportunity to poor, rural, or people studying any area. So it also fosters e-learning too. So overall, opting for dummy school is the best option, which facilitates all development, reduces stress, a specialized timetable, focus on our goals, everything. So that's my conclusion.
All right, thank you so much. Also try to remain with the time limit in your next debates. That is very important. All right.
Okay.
All right. Who is ready with your speech next? And also, please turn on your videos if you can. Okay. Is Jayant ready?
I am ready, but I am speaking against the motion. So,
Yeah, that's fine.
okay. Respected judges and my fellow debaters, let's be honest. Dummy schools exist because students are stuck in a system that makes it nearly impossible to balance school and competitive exam prep. Imagine a NEET or JEE aspirant juggling full time school, coaching, and self study. Where's the time to actually prepare? Dummy schools aren't the problem. Our outdated education system is. They give students the flexibility they need to focus on their dreams without necessary academic burdens. Banning them won't reduce stress. It will only force students into double the workload, attending school full time and coaching. Instead of banning dummy schools, we should regulate them, ensuring students still receive basic education while getting the focused preparation they need. Fix the system, not the shortcut. And here's my closing statement.
You can go with your closing statement at the last,
Okay.
after
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
rebuttal round. Also, you have
Yeah.
15 seconds left if you want to cover anything else.
No, like that's it.
All right, perfect. Okay, next, let's sum up with the against. We have Paki next, if she is ready since she has joined late.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Do you want a self count?
Yeah, I'll start with three, two, one. What once was a place where we could gain knowledge is now a space where we act like circus monkeys that help school earn money and reputation among their competitors. It is not the fault of the dummy school. It is the fault of the pattern of competitive exams, which force us to gain knowledge beyond the school's curriculum. So, a person or a student who really wants to achieve their dream has to now look for other means where they'll try to teach the students a level of education that is not available in schools. And by restricting the dummy schools, you're making the child, forcing the child to bear the burdens and be restrictive in a system that has been criticized numerous times. Competitive exams are no easy feat. This is a test of patience and consistency, which is not possible if a student is struck within a rigid system. They should realize that dummy schools are a boon to students that want to achieve their dream and be healthy while doing it. Me, myself, being part of dummy school, I'm having numerous advantages that my peers don't have, which allow me
Thank
to be
you.
ahead of this very competitive field that I'm going to be part of. Thank you.
Okay, perfect, Paki. Okay, guys, now moving on to the favor. We have Kana and Bhuvika. You may begin with your opening statements, any one of you.
Hey, can I start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll start in three, two, one. Perspectives and choices differ from person to person, keeping in mind their personal status and priorities. Dummy school is one of the legal modes of studies, but I personally believe that this is only a brainwashing system, as in this era only academics and marks and stuff are not the thing that define you, but extracurriculars, your own personality, is the thing that helps you achieve the success. And dummy schools restrain children from doing so. They do not let people socialize. They make children less confident, and it's not that only cracking JE and competitive exams are the things that will lead you up to the ladder of success. Okay, so earlier, if you look in the past decade, Indian schooling system is like excellent, but nowadays the things vary as there's a new trend of dummy schooling, and this deteriorates the child's personality, and it makes the child wonder if I am good in socializing. And thank you.
All right, that's fine. Okay, Kana, you may start as well.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. Uh, I am speaking for the existence of, sorry, for the banning of dummy schools. So, uh, dummy schools are basically institutions where students don't regularly attend classes and under the uh, pretext that they are subtracting some load that they receive from normal schools. I would argue that uh, dummy schools should not exist, and uh, the people should still opt for normal schooling because it endows with endows you with the appropriate skills to manage your time and also balance your endeavors or whatever you want to pursue along with a structured curriculum and socializing, which is a huge part to why schools exist. They help uh, everyone, students socialize and help them build their communication skills, which dummy schools obviously do not offer. So there are many things to life and to one's personality above any competitive exam like JEE or NEET, where one might want to devote a lot of their energy, but uh, there is a reason why these institutions such as schools
Sum up.
exist. Yeah. So, well, dummy schools really undermine the true purpose of education, which is to actually enlighten students above, uh, you know, uh, limited ways of learning, where they can develop their personality at school, and that's why these, normal schools really exist. And this trend of dummy schools should therefore be discontinued.
All right, that's it. Perfect, perfect. Okay, I think we are done with the opening statements. And Shalini Malagi has just joined. If you have any speech prepared for the agenda, you can share us right now. Or we have to begin with the rebuttal round because it's already getting late. We have like 12 minutes left. All right, guys, we can start with the rebuttal round, I guess. Uh, you can ask each other questions depending upon what you have said, what you have stated. All right, you're not ready. Okay, that's fine. I think you can observe for this one. Okay, or maybe ask questions if you want. Okay, you can ask questions from each
Okay,
other.
so
Just yeah,
may I ask?
yeah, sure. Just tell me who you
Okay.
are going to ask. Well, yeah, you can ask the whole against because it's a team
Yes,
or the favor, I
exactly,
guess. Yeah. All right.
exactly. So I have two to three questions. So may I ask all of them together or differently?
Just ask two right now because we are actually in a uh
Oh,
less time we have.
okay, okay. So the two main questions that I have are, so firstly, someone mentioned that we have bad schooling. Okay, someone in the 14. So basically, for Indian education system, alligating the Indian education system does is nothing because this has been going on for so many years and there has been no change. So bad schooling, good schooling, nothing matters. So now we are left with only the ladder of success. The ladder of success is dummy school, which helps in JEE and NEET. And JEE and NEET are the only thing that can help you fetch good colleges. So how will you justify this point that going to school uh, going to school can fetch you success of ladder, because going to school distracts the focus on JEE and NEET, basically at the very end distracting the focus towards a good college. So this is my rebuttal, first rebuttal. Second rebuttal is that uh, the main argument that the opposite team gave us, dummy school restricts socializing. Okay, so there is a difference between socializing and communicating. Socializing is not very beneficial in the future, while communication is, because it helps to communicate, builds relationships in the workplace too. Okay, so if we get in a good college, the government colleges offer various clubs, right, for overall development, be it for speaking, be it for art, be it to perform art. They offer various types of clubs. Whereas private colleges, if we go to private colleges, they do not offer such types of club. Okay, they just focus on education. So if we study for JEE or NEET now, we can go to a good college. There we can develop communication. So this is my argument. Communications and socializing can be done in the college too. So what is its benefit now if it can be developed in the college, where college is the main place for learning? So how will you justify this point, that at this point of time socializing is more important than education, whereas socializing and communication can be developed in the college phase too? This is my
All
rebuttal.
right,
So these
all
are
right, all
my
right.
rebuttal.
Okay. You guys can answer to this rebuttal. Please do it in a quick manner. So Bhuvik and
Can I
Kahana, you
speak?
have, yeah.
Uh, okay, so it is not necessary that only JEE and these kind of competitive exams will be the ones that will lead you to success. There are various other exams that you can appear for with your school life. Like I'll give an example of, maybe you can take SAT, okay, or you can take PSAT or something like that. Okay, so these exams can be given side by side with your school life. As for the socializing point, okay, so a person cannot only socialize in college. There's a skill you can develop over the years, and communication will only happen once you start socializing with people, right?
I would like to add to that uh, that
Please do.
yeah, the dummy schools offer this possibility of uh, completely cutting ourselves off from communicating with others, whereas I think this communicate development of communication skills and socializing is something that should be carried on throughout life. And just because of one exam, you should not postpone it or avoid it.
Okay. So any other questions?
Yes, I have questions based on their answers.
Wait, just a second. Shalini, do you have any question?
Yes, I do have.
Yeah, you may ask
My
it right now.
yeah, my question
Then
is,
just wait, you can
uh,
ask after her.
yeah, I can I
Yeah,
wait?
Shalini. No, Shalini, you go ahead. You joined a bit
Okay.
late, so yeah, just giving it
Yeah.
a chance.
So the main observation, what I see in the recent trends here is that the people who go for dummy colleges, there they have a full team of statisticians who sit and analyze the last 5, 10 years of PYQs, like the previous year questions, and they come up with such good questions that the kids can crack any exam for that matter, NEET or JEE, that doesn't matter. But the statisticians, what they do is they are analyzing the questions so well, and the kids are able to crack them in the exam, they don't feel they are new questions. That's the advantage. Whereas if you go to a regular college, I can see a lecturer over there who has experience. Yeah, but he doesn't have a team who backs him up and get the enthusiasm prepare for the exam. They are just good for cracking the 11th 12th exams, but not preparing them for any competitive exams in future. So that's the difference I could see. So and only advantage is they have proper lab setups because they have some degree colleges included in them. So still feel that the dummy schools are really helpful for the kids. Am I wrong in this?
Yeah, so we were actually talking about schools, but that's fine. I think the same logic can be applied to school as well, because if we see in dummy schools, obviously the faculty is very great. They have good experienced teachers. They can obviously analyze the papers and prepare a student well for the competitive exams. And as you said, for regular schools as well. So from what I have observed, I'm just sharing my opinions that the teachers in a normal average CBSE school do not have the same qualification as teachers from a dummy school, because they are basically intended for basically teaching the children to pass their current grade. So that basically sums that up for you, right? That is you wanted to say, right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Our goal
So
is
I
not
do you
in
have any
the
question
exam.
regarding this, or it was just your justification from your observation?
I just wanted to know if my thoughts are wrong on this.
Uh, well, you're not wrong. You have just differentiated the fact, and it's it's actually true in some cases, but basically, I guess some schools do offer uh but those schools are basically high tier one, tier two cities. Those have those schools which actually offer training for these competitive exams as well, along with your other extracurriculars and normal schooling, right? But yeah,
I
all
would
right.
Now,
also
may
add
I ask
that
question?
tier,
Okay.
any tier city can still opt for the recorded sessions of the dummy colleges and can still make it.
Recorded as in online recordings.
Yeah, they take only the recordings of the teacher and I can still learn them. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, do you have any other question,
Okay, so
guys?
yes, I have questions. Kana
Just
and
a second,
her
wait, wait.
teammate Archana.
Jayant also had one question, right?
Okay. Yeah, I had a question. Could I ask?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so my opponent claims that dummy schools harm students' overall development. But let's be honest, how much holistic growth actually happens in regular school? Most students are stuck in an endless cycle of rote learning, exams, and assignments. So I ask, if regular schools are already failing to provide real life skills, how is banning dummy schools the solution? They also say that dummy schools increase stress. But think about it. If we ban them, students will be forced to manage full time school and coaching, stretching themselves even thinner. So I ask, won't banning dummy schools actually increase students' stress rather than reduce it? Lastly, my opponent argues that dummy schools create inequality, but elite private schools already give certain students an advantage. Dummy schools actually level the playing field for those who can't afford expensive coaching and private education. So I ask, instead of banning dummy schools, shouldn't we focus making quality education accessible for everyone? Dummy schools aren't the problem. The rigid education system is. Fix that, not the students trying to find a way out. So I would like Bhuvika and Kana for answering my three questions.
Okay, guys, before that, I will be starting another meeting because it is about to end. So we can just join with the new link. Okay.
Okay, so I'm having three questions for the people who were speaking for the agenda. So the three questions were: If regular schools are already failing to provide real life skills, how is banning dummy schools the solution? My second question is, won't banning dummy schools actually increase student stress rather than reduce it? And my last question is, instead of banning dummy schools, shouldn't we focus on making quality education accessible for everyone? So yeah, I would like Kana and Bhuvika to answer these.
Bhuvik and Kana, you have the stage.
I'd say that uh, sure, we should be focusing on making education accessible, but again, that does not defend dummy schools in any way. That uh, they are they're basically they do not contribute towards a person as much as a normal school would.
Hey, can I answer this, please?
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay, I
Bhuvika,
have a
go ahead.
Okay, so he put a point that it increases the stress of a student, right? But aren't you already stressed in dummy school also? I mean, the pressure is the same, the work allotted is the same. The only difference is that you have to handle exams in school and there's no exams in dummy school, right? The stress level will be depending on the person managing it. People can manage normal regular school as well. And why was dummy school created in the first place? It was created so that people who cannot afford education to go to regular school can still get education. Regular school does not add up more challenges, it just gives more experience to a person, and it helps in its overall development and growth. Okay, and aren't people who are already in dummy schools going to institutions or maybe coaching classes afterwards? Is dummy schooling enough for them to crack a competitive exam?
Okay, so now can I take my turn to answer Bhuvika's doubt and to question her too? Because I was
Yeah,
waiting for such a long time. Okay. So firstly, Bhuvika, you said why are people going to coaching after taking dummy school? People are taking dummy school so that they can go to coaching. Okay. So the statement given by you was in so the statement you stated was wrong in itself. Okay, so that was a wrong statement. Okay. Secondly, you said things can go side by side by giving example of SAT exam, right? Things cannot go by side, right? Because competitive exam are a lot more stressful. Okay, I'll not repeat the same point again and again. It wastes the time. And okay, so my main point here is when we go to offline coaching itself provide an area where we can socialize with people, right? Because if we go to offline coaching, we meet our peers, and after studying, obviously we talk to them, we discuss our doubts, so we can socialize there too. Okay, it is not important that school is the place for socializing. Offline coaching, offline meetups, they are also like they they are a ground for studying as well as socializing and talking to. Okay, and living in India, giving competitive exams is the only success for ladder. Is the only ladder to success, because rubbish are the people who say one piece of paper cannot decide our future. This statement is just rubbish because it will decide our paper. Okay, by studying from school we cannot fetch a good college, right? But by giving competitive exams, we may get an NIT, IIT, or better colleges, right? So, one piece of paper is deciding our future, and that can be obtained only by studying from dummy schools. This is my point.
okay, great. So if you have mentioned that Pakhi herself like to Okay, Pakhi can answer the question.
Right. So, first of all, I would like to bring forward the normal timetable of a student who is not attending a dummy school, right? So, usually they go to a school till 3 p.m. and after which by 4:30, they start their coaching, which is very necessary for competitive exams because normal schools don't provide the level of education that is required for the pattern of the competitive exam. So after all this, by 8:30 or 9 o'clock, when a student comes home, he has no energy left to do anything besides to eat something and sleep. Me, myself, being part of this rigid schedule till I was 15 years, it is very hectic. It is draining, honestly. And I think this year, when I finally decided to change my school to dummy, at first it was very hard. But when I started to see the benefits and the changes and the amount of time that I was getting to actually study, it was very different. And I would like to ask my question now that don't you think that schools have been reduced to a place or more like a business model where they can earn money by being the elite schools, having good reputation, and they have sidelined from the fact that they are place where knowledge is to be given? That should school in itself should be enough, but it is not, and that's the sad reality that we have to accept. And dummy schools, I think you have the wrong perspective. Dummy schools don't like, they just give you certificate that you can write your board exams, but that's not usual schooling. You don't need to go there, so they don't waste our time. It's just institute that is teaching us valuable information that is actually important.
Okay. Okay, Mana, did you have any questions? Or I think we should wrap this up. Already we are like, it was supposed to be 30-minute debate. It has been like 40 minutes right now. So I think
No,
we
no,
have,
no.
you don't have a question?
I just gave my statement. I have no more questions now.
Okay. So if
Hi,
you
I
guys
have a
can,
question.
okay,
Yes.
Bhuvika.
I have a counter question for Paki. Okay, so what about the admissions in the top tier universities of the world, where not only academics are required but extracurriculars also matter? Okay, you can get sports scholarships and stuff like that. So, what about that?
Ma'am, then I would like to point out that till 10th grade, which is almost 12 years of schooling, don't you think that you should have enough caliber already so that you can just sacrifice 2 years of schooling?
And one more point. And Bhuvika said that top universities of the world. Every citizen of India or every person cannot afford going to a foreign country and studying, right? Everyone has a budget. Okay. Obviously, rich people can go, but we, as a middle class person, we cannot afford going to a top university. For like going to foreign, living there, all the expenses, we can't afford that, right? So as we are living in India, we have to accept the competitive exams, we have to accept its situation, right? How far we can go pointing or criticizing the education system, this has been going for many years, right? But nothing
Yeah.
has happened. So as a citizen of India, we should accept its education system and not compare the education system of other countries or other top universities, right? Because we are a citizen of India, and many of the people cannot afford going and living in a foreign country, right? So why are we comparing top universities of foreign country to India, where they, okay, their country, they promote extra curriculum, but our country is different, and we have to accept that because we are living in the country, right? So we have to accept the education system of our country.
Manohar, sorry
Yeah,
to say, but you really need to check that these days, even in India, the co-curricular activities are equally very important. They have a very, very important place. It's not only academics. And in the dummy schools, Yes, you can get your academic knowledge very well. There is no doubt in it. But the motive behind starting at the dummy schools was for the people who don't have the pocket to pay the school fees of the elite schools. But nowadays, people are, only targeting that they will crack JEE, they will crack NEET. And so, cracking for them, they need a healthy time. If you are reading, if you are studying with good concentration, what I believe is going to the school with a good discipline, you can definitely crack if you are studying with concentration. It's not about studying for hours, it's about studying for concentration amount. If you are not concentrated, so then certainly you cannot crack any entrance. Either you are a dummy student or you are a regular school student. And yes, I believe we cannot challenge the years of the system of schooling system, where the school, the going to the regular schools, the teachers and their extra things, the system which they are putting up on us. I have been a student of IB and CBSE both. In my starting of the school, I was an IB school student, and now I am in CBSE due to XYZ reasons. But where what I have felt is, in both the schools now the system is actually upgrading, where both the systems, where education and co-curricular, and yes, everything is improving. And by what I said is, socializing doesn't mean it's only talking to the people and that is only socializing. That socializing only you can do when you go daily basis and learn, meet with the people, and then you learn so many things from different kind of people you meet for a healthy time period, daily basis. Then you can only learn how to judge. Going to the dummy schools and then interacting on your phones is really not the healthy system, I believe. So I'm in favor of banning the dummy schools to, I think, believe that the growth of the school, yes, industry, education industry is an industry where money is really important. But at the end of the day, the one who has a good knowledge always becomes the successor. Thank you.
Okay, first of all, I didn't see any college taking admissions based on extracurriculum. Okay, so for me, extracurriculum is just a waste. Okay, and secondly, giving example of the socializing thing, I would like to give the example of the teen debaters. Okay, the teen debaters itself is an organization. I got to know about it on Instagram, right? Now, how the teen debaters is not related to any school, right? People doing dummy, people going to a school, anyone can join this organization, right? This organization is also helping in socializing, debating, right? So this is the thing. Okay, going to school, going to dummy school does not decide your socializing skills. Okay, so the point you have stated, that socializing can only get better if we are going to a school, right? But that's not the point. The world is on Instagram, the world is on Facebook, the world is connecting, right? We can
And
connect to different
what I believe,
organizations,
sorry to say,
even
Manas,
Please, please,
students.
excuse me,
Let me
excuse
complete
me.
my
Please
point.
don't
Let me
interpret.
complete my point.
Yeah, let him complete the point, and please raise your hand first because I've seen Jayant has been raising his hand for a long time, so we are going to give him chance next. Okay.
sorry.
Okay, so yeah, so just wrapping up my point, that we can do socializing, we can do everything by remaining in dummy schools also, okay, by participating in such organizations which are online. So that was my point.
Great, great. Jayant.
Okay, so my
Hmm.
question to Bhuvika's question is that I too agree that dummy schools aren't the best place, but for Indian education system right now, the rote learning is only the method you are going to get into some top tier universities in India. And studying abroad is not actually everyone's thing because they can't afford it. And this next question is, you said giving SAT is a great option for not giving JEE or NEET, and you yourself said that not only the exams matter in foreign universities too, as there are extracurricular awards and many more things that matter in foreign universities. So yeah, in India, as right now we are speaking, the education system is all about rote learning. If we focuses especially on CBSE and JEE or NEET examinations, and Going to foreign university is not on everybody's pocket. So that's the only matter why dummy schools were born, in which students can enroll and get a certificate that they can give board exams. That's it. So they can just take their time of 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. to do self studies or coachings for that time, and dummy schools are going to handle their uh, percentage of attendance, like 75% is required in CBSE. So that's what my point is.
And I would also like to add, as ma'am Bhuvika told, that it is pure and sheer dedication of a student to manage both school and coaching and to prepare for a competitive exam. I think these flowery words don't apply in real life. It is raw reality that a student cannot be in a school and also perform really well where he gets some substantial ranking, and while doing this whole thing he could be mentally healthy. I think you should not forget a student's mental health, how draining it is to balance both schools and institutions where we are asked a lot. Thanks.
Okay, so I'm giving the last chance again to Bhuvika just to reply to all of your arguments. Just do it in like one or two sentences because you have to wrap the things up, and we will end the session by then. I had a lot of things to talk about as well, but seeing that we have a crunch of time, let's keep this for another session as uh okay. And yeah, you guys have given a lot of good arguments as well. Great topics, great pointers. Just a recommendation from my side as well is that you could also include some raw content or facts that are actually available on the net. For example, you could have criticized the NEP that has been after a lot of decades has still not been that much revised that it could offer as opportunities as possible to the students. And then you could have criticized incidents that happen in basically, for example, quota, where because due to a lot of pressure due to dummy schools only, a lot of children go for things that should have not been done. So basically, affecting the mental health. And obviously, the 75% minimum attendance. And you could also have included that the recent views of CBSE as well, that they have said that they are about to do something regarding dummy schools. They're about to ban them. So you could have criticized that. You could have included that. That just makes your argument much stronger. And yeah, many more. So that's something from my side. Let's give Bhuvika a second to
Sorry,
sum
I
up.
was disconnected. Did I miss something important?
Yeah,
Like I
nah.
was disconnected.
No,
Okay.
Manar. Okay, Bhuvika, I'm giving
Okay.
you the next 1 or 2 minutes. You can conclude your statement, the arguments, and then we will end the session. And apologies that I'm not able to take all of your pointers because obviously we don't have much time, right? We will join another debate if you want. I can organize one in a day or two for you if you want to talk about this again, right? Okay, Bhuvika, you can continue.
Thank you so much, Vihansa, for this opportunity. The only thing is, as Paki said, that the dummy school, the success rate. What I would like to say is, kindly go through the success rate of dummy schools and the normal students who are going to the regular schools. There you will get your answer that how much success the dummy schools are getting. And that system was only for the people. What I said earlier also, that was for the people who were economically low, and yes, so they had to work, they had to balance their life with XYZ things, and so they can give priority to the education also. But nowadays, few people, few students who want to crack the challenges, these examinations, they are choosing this road of dummy schools. But I personally believe there is no point in telling ki dummy school is not bad. But what I believe is ki you just check the rate of the success for these people. And yes, Giant, as you said, that the teen debater, this thing, it's a platform. Yes, it's a very wonderful platform, but only the students who are active on social media, they got this. And I believe only this awareness is starting. How many more platforms like the Teen Debater we have on this system of Instagram or wherever you get to know from? How many more? It's just one or two. This Teen Debater is one of the first, I think, which has been started, and we are blessed to be part of it. But not every student is aware about it. It's such a big population, and only just a bunch of students are aware amongst you and me. So, what I believe, going to the school is actually healthy. I'm in favor. I'm not against dummy schools, but the growth rate for the dummy schools is surely lesser than the students going to the regular school. Thank you so much. And yes, Vyansa, I would definitely like to reach the crux of this debate, but you have to give us a second opportunity so that we can come with some good, points to get into this. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bhuvika. And also, I just wanted to talk about the point that you have shared that there are one or two organizations only on this platform. But considering that, from what I have experienced, what I know is that there are plenty of youth organizations that offer such wonderful opportunities to the children. But yeah, the education system right now, what the average school in India offers, that people actually don't even know about that they could benefit from social media that the Teen Debater has come up with. So we need some awareness regarding this to the youth, to the general youth of India, so that they know that Instagram or social media can actually help them, benefit them regarding extracurricular and all the skill development that they need. So that was a great point, but yeah, it lacked a bit of facts, reality. And also regarding that, you said that the success rate of this and that is more. So I just recommend you that the next time you take such a point, you should state the success rate, the ratios, and all the percentages, because that would benefit you. It will strengthen your argument. It basically gives us the moderator to assess you, because we need some context behind it. You cannot just blindly say that this is the success rate of this is high and this is low. All right. So that is what I have observed. And thank you so much for joining today, guys. And there are plenty. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed the debate. We had a lot of heated arguments and it was fun. It was great. And since if you want, I can surely organize another session for the same topic in a day or two. Okay.
Also, I just wanted to ask, like, will you be giving us the personal feedbacks?
Yeah, sure. I can give you the personal key. I've noted down your points and stuff in my rough notebook. You can just contact me on WhatsApp personally. The message that was shared regarding the debate is just my personal number. You can message on that. All right.
Right, thank you.
Bhuvika,
Okay.
okay. Just DM me personally. I will help you out. Okay. All right.
Thank you,
Okay, guys.
everybody.
Okay.
Thank you, Jayant,
Enjoyed.
Bhuvika, Manar, Kana, Paki.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so
All right.
much.
Good night,
Thank
everyone.
you. Good night. Good night.